How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Empty Motor YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be working on the SLK behind me. It is my 1998 SLK 230. It's a 4-cylinder supercharged. As you can see, I have the front cap already taken off. The goal of today's video is to install the Bilstein struts that I've had for them. Look forward to getting these on. The car ride's okay, a little boaty, but because the shocks are the original shocks that came with the car back in '98, you know, they're well over 20 years old. I'm pretty sure they're blown, even though this car has very low miles. So yeah, go ahead and enjoy the video. And if you haven't already, please do me a huge favor, hit that like button. Definitely do appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you like the content, you know, leave some comments down below on that and anything else you'd like to see. So go ahead and enjoy the video. I'll check back in as I get going. These are the Bilstein struts that I have for the SLK. Obviously the fourth box is missing. It was damaged in shipping, so I just went ahead and took it out of the box, but the strut itself is perfectly fine. Not too expensive of a strut, but pretty much one of the best struts out there that you can get for any German car. These are OE for a lot of car manufacturers, so really nice. These are their sports struts, so not an OEM replacement, but with more of a sport feel. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Doing one side at a time just make it easier. I already took the liberty of loosening the top bolts, so I just have to get the bolts on the bottom out and the shock should slide out. European or Mercedes suspension is a little bit different than other cars, so either sometimes it's super easy and sometimes it's a huge pain. This one doesn't seem to be too bad. I know the rears is a little bit more disassembly, but the front seemed pretty straightforward. Have the front strut out. This is the original. As you can see, old, don't know, looks like it didn't leak yet, but they're pretty much blown. This is the Bilstein B8 front, and the rears like I showed you earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in. Installation was actually pretty straightforward and simple. It's literally one bolt on top, one on bottom. I actually just finished the struts on the front for both sides. This is obviously not the height it sits at after this shock install. The car is jacked up on the passenger side, but I do want to show you what it looks like before I put the wheel on. So you can see it right here. This is the Bilstein B8 replacement struts for the SLK. Again, it was real easy to install. It's just one nut and bolt setup here on the bottom, and then one on the top, and you know, torque it down real good and you're pretty much good there. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the rears, get that done. Car's back on the ground. The upper mounts on the struts are tightened up. Without even driving the car sits just a hair higher than before, which I'm perfectly okay with. I mean, it still sits really nice and the wheels look nice overall, so I look forward to the really nice smooth ride it should have now. Gotta finish the rear next. Have the passenger side rear of the car jacked up with a jack stand. Go ahead and take the wheel off, as you can see here. Whoa. A little difficult doing it one-handed. So what I didn't get on film was unbolting the nut from the top. As you can tell, it's out already. So all I really have to do now is take off this cover and unbolt the shock from the bottom, pull that out, replace, and do the other side. Pretty straightforward. Fortunately, this car is pretty easy compared to many other European cars that I've touched, so real happy about that.
One pathetic sob story later.
Tightening the top nuts on the rear was not fun at all. Pretty much what it is you have to use a pair of pliers to hold the very top of the strut while you turn and tighten the nut. The problem with this car is, and a lot of cars, is the space that they give you only allows me to turn 1/8 of a turn per pull. So that was a lot of turning. It took me about half an hour to do both sides. It took a while. I want to make sure everything's tight, you know, bounce the rear a little bit and tighten it, and everything's super tight now, so it's good there. The wheels are torqued and the center cap tool came in so I could tighten the center cap, so that's all done now. Everything's great. The car sits a little higher, which is okay. Still sits fine to me. It's not, you know, a tucked look. It's just, you know, nice clean look, which I'm perfectly fine with. And I'm really happy with how this is. I took it for a quick test drive. Everything feels good. Want to say thank you again for tuning in. Definitely do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please again hit that like button. Definitely, you know, enjoy interacting with everybody out there. Leave a comment. You know, I definitely do get back to everybody as soon as I log into, you know, YouTube and all that. If you want to see any projects coming up with this car, you know, leave some comments down below. I actually have a couple of pieces that I'm going to get done. Waiting on something major for this car, just waiting for it. And then also I'm going to be getting the door handles painted, so I look forward to that. And some little things fixed, the maintenance done, and most importantly, the part that hasn't worked for a decade now, which is the roof. If you know this car and its common issues, the roof motors, once they go, they're kind of gone. I don't know why it doesn't open or close, but I'm just going to get them rebuilt since we're right about that time now. So that's going to be a very fun, I believe, for book hours. I believe it's like a 10 or 12 hour book job, so we shall see. Or I might go down to a friend's shop and have him help just to speed it up. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Take care. See you on the next episode.